I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hure and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
Pox
the
on a
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be down.
It's up to us to protect the
Follow
forest.
the elementals! If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The XIV are unquestionably more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. I guarantee we'll be fighting that soon, I bet. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians until recently at least. Last they have grown aloof and change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu, I think. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the XIV ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so only in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet to be bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it'll be before it's broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the XIV will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and their insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will all come out to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Well, perhaps we'll find out if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. So, these are the first time we're talking to these characters that we saw in the opening cutscene, riding with us. I'm not sure what their importance is, but they're almost creepy if they had said anything that was creepy. They pretty much seem like normal characters. Yeah, I'm definitely considering the Twin Adder, of course. Since, you know, Gridania love that stuff. And their whole, like, oh, we don't fight because we want to, we fight because we have to. That's definitely a good stance to take, I suppose. Alright, so I guess we'll teleport straight to UL'DAH, because we need to go there and LIMSA to do our stuff. Sadly. Man, I forgot we were doing this whole, like, travel in between all three. Wait a second. I wanted to get my quest. Oh well. The thing is, the quest is probably just going to take place in Gridania and the Shroud probably, so I'd want to travel around before I do anything like that. So where is this going to be? The Royal Promenade? Okay, so that's going to be the Chamber of Rule, I believe. When it comes to LIMSA, LOMINSA, I'm going to have no idea where we're going. So get ready for that. Yeah, it's right down here. Good. Glad I know the area at least that well to figure that one out. Alright, we are at the destination. Probably another cutscene if I were to guess. I think there's a way to put auto on. Right? Yes.
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the UL'DAH dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of THAL have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of UL'DAH!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as THAL's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the UL'DAH wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided UL'DAH stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from UL'DAH, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall UL'DAH. As UL'DAH prospers, so shall her people.
Yeah, for UL'DAH!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raubon? People of UL'DAH, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of UL'DAH. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of UL'DAH lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of UL'DAH, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth?
The time is now!
I
Fancy meeting you again.
Okay, so end of cutscene, I'm assuming. Oh, no, I don't want to... Hold on. I don't want it to auto-do it? How do I turn that on and off? Now. Judging by your look of distaste, I take you have encountered them. No, I don't... Okay, I think I can do it myself. The UL'DAHs do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smoldering his flames every time he's stoked to fire. Yet he has been one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and UL'DAH has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they have the coin, resources will be ever finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the UL'DAH are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the UL'DAHs send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. Huh. At such desperate hour, an adventurer of your expertise would be a most welcome addition to the ranks. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm liking the UL'DAH one. It seems a bit intense for me. Once again, you know I'm already sold on Gridania, but yeah, the Flame Boys seem a little bit intense, and like, I don't know. I feel like here's another thing. The troubles of UL'DAH currently, and you know, the climate we're in, feels too real. Like, you know, I'm just gonna give I'm not gonna get political here, but just the climate of the US, you know, refugee is a huge stance right now, and how to help them, how to deal with them, everything like that. And like, that being part of UL'DAH, it feels way too real for me to get like into it, because it's tiring in real life, you know. I don't know if that's getting across quite the right way that I want it to, but you know, it's not something that I'm interested in like poking at in the game, I guess. Anyway, moving on to LIMSA. So I don't actually know anything about LIMSA's anything. Like, I know that their leader is that Ro girl. I don't know her name. It's the really hard to pronounce name. Why is this taking a year to load? This is how the loading screens always are, by the way. They're always ridiculously long. Alright, so this should be a quick walk into this cutscene then. I'm interested to see what they're all about. Even though I don't like the city is the thing. Like just the style, it's really dark. It's like what 1.0 UL'DAH was. Anyway, looks like this person's probably also in the cutscene. Looks like they're in a different cutscene. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral's due to give their address at any moment. Let's do it. Is that going to throw us right into the cutscene, I'm assuming? Should. This is going to be a new room we've not seen yet. I think.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, LIMSA has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of LOMINSA. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Remove them!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
Alright, so for the third time. As their admiral mentioned in her address, LIMSA LOMINSA is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. Ooh. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence were troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsans' backyard. And that is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight among themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. As the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable enough addition to their crew is beyond question. Yeah. Once again, that's all great and good, and this is more of a... I'm almost tempted to take this one, actually. This is definitely second to Gridania, I'd say. I just feel like I have a bond to Gridania at this point, plus I just really love the forest, you know? I want to protect that. And that's why I'm going to go with the Twin Adders. Although I do like the reparations, like, obviously this place is dealing with a lot. Oop. Sal, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? I would be correct in thinking the final remembrance service is now concluded. A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Why do I have to come back? Just, Okay, let's teleport again. I swear, I've spent at least, like... Nope. To Horizon. Not even gonna waste going to UL'DAH and then Horizon. Once again, it's like a... it's a point of just pointlessly teleporting me everywhere just so I can complete the quest. I get it's an MMO and it must be like a different climate of like quest clearing, because you know, in most normal RPGs that aren't MMOs, you know, you complete the quest, you complete it there on the spot, and it can like fast travel you directly to where you need to finish the quest. That must not be a common thing in MMOs, I guess? Or maybe that's just a Final Fantasy XIV thing, I don't know. Straight to Vesper Bay, 15 gil for a good walk. At least it gives me a chance to talk about it. So, okay. I said my order was Twin Adder 1. What was them? LIMSA, LOMINSA, I don't remember their grand company. Second, and then the Great Flames third. And once again, it's because I really feel it's too real with the Great Flames and their troubles. I do feel like that LIMSA LOMINSA has a more tangible problem with, you know, the blood feuds between each other, and I'd like to help that out with that, which is why I have the push to there. I know obviously whoever I join, it's not gonna fix the town's problems, but I guess just symbolically is kind of what I'm feeling. But Gridania, once again, I feel my I owe my allegiance to them, and I like protecting the forests against, you know, the Ixal, and I guess the Sylphanids or whatever they're called are a problem now. So I'll lend my support to them, and I feel like I'm about to get jumped by the other two captains. Obviously that wouldn't look good again on their grand companies, but still. I dislike that I have to decide in front of them all, instead of just, like, going to the recruiting station of each of them. I'm sure they have a recruiting station, they must, right? Dunno. Also, I just realized I walked in here without even checking where the destination was. I'm just so used to it at this point. Who are you? 5th shift reporting. Huh, I didn't know we had other guards here. I feel like I've never seen them before. I guess whenever the other dude's off duty, they just bring in normal guards. Not that we can't defend ourselves, I'm sure. Alright, what's up? Welcome back, Sal. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you'd hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were no more of you, Sal. But you must be tired from your journey. Why won't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Okay. Do I have to make a choice to continue the story, I wonder? I must. Sure I do. That makes sense. Oh, we just have a cutscene, alright.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the 7th Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Okay, so now I know who they are. They're the grandkids of LOMINSA, apparently. So that's interesting. Take it the Elder Seedseer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? Yep. You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, we must report to the Adder's Nest. Okay, and I get... Ooh, something that's actually better. The rest I can't speak for. As opposed to 2 bronze pieces? Yeah, definitely. Okay. I dare say you know it well from your wanderings in New Gridania. Give your name to the personnel officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you brother. Neat. Cool. Well then let's return. Since that's apparently we need to go. And I do want to finally start that guild quest. We've been level 25 for so long. Those cutscenes were too long. You can see the tiny little blue bar in our sanctuary meter thing. Like, I hate to say it, but it really feels like I've accomplished pretty much nothing in this entire session other than, like, watching those cutscenes. I mean, I did, like, 2 duties, I guess. And I did a dungeon that was pretty long. But, like, that's it. If you'd mashed through those, we would probably be at, like, an hour right now. No. No. Oh, the music changes in here. So this is a recruitment office, I guess. Yo, sup? You are come to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would... Oh, what? Oh, it's automatically going. Believe you were expecting me? I'm gonna go with the second one. It seems less uppity. Forgot it's on auto. I don't know how to undo that. Ah, might you be Salapois? I thought as much. Our recruitment officer sent word that you would be coming. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks. Now let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir! Yo. What is it? Report. An urgent message from Armored... Whoa. Spire, sir. A Highwind Skyways airship has been taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over in East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of the 9 Ivies. 9 Ivies? Gods, this has not come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the XIV. Sal, I know full well you have not yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if all the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to Garlean-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of the 9 Ivies. That's so hard. Locate the airship and ascertain the status of the passengers. Okay. I don't know what it is about like, I'm genuinely curious. When y'all talk for too long, I don't know if you're doing something, like, I don't know. Wait, what's this? What's this? The house that Death built? I don't know what that is. Hold on, that's kind of important. Because I've never seen that. The house that Death built. And apparently we unlocked it at level 17. Or maybe we unlocked it now just because we're high enough level. Or we're far enough in the thing. Why is this person talking to me also? Like, I'm just trying to go about my life. Probably going to try and recruit me to a FC. Yo, what's up? I'm kind of interested in this. Go let a gossip he's been dying to share with someone. Oh, is it another dungeon? If you're poking around looking for work, you must be an adventurer too, am I right? You won't find much here, I'm afraid. Seems the only thing people talk about these days is a nasty bit of business down near XIV. Surely you've heard the stories of a strange portal suddenly appearing from the ruins down there? Ooh. No. Hey, don't give me that look. I'm only telling you what I overheard from the whalers. They say at the other end of it is some sort of labyrinth. The thing is, every time they go down there to map the place out, nothing is the same. A mystery. Oh, is it like a mystery dungeon? Frankly, I'm more than happy to let it stay a mystery. Strange apparitions, booby-trapped corridors. Going down there is nothing short of suicide. Still, the prospect of treasure is awfully tempting. Ahem. Don't take my word for it, though. Head down to XIV and you can hear it straight from the Chocobo's mouth. Cool. Another place. Alright, before we waste any more time, straight to the Lancers Guild. Man, but like, I've only gained 1 level this entire time. Like, ugh. It's taking so long to just level up a little bit now. I'm sure that's partly in thanks to the fact that I didn't log off at a sanctuary, which I'm not sure if it would have that big of an effect, but we'd at least have gotten a bit more of experience than we got so far. We're still at the beginning of level 25. Alright, so Guildmaster Ewan wants you to learn from other other masters of the Lancer's art, and that's going to give us a new lance. Oh boy, at level 26, great. It's good to see you again, Sal, and stronger when we last spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you for your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these halls, these men have led very different lives, yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you will take another step towards becoming a fully fledged lancer. And your first instructor is a man named Mathiomi. Seek him out at Spire in East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years as his post has honed Mathiomi's perception. No details escape the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection, Sal, and do as he bids you. So it looks like all of our stuff's in East Shroud, right? Oh no, that's in South Shroud, sadly. I was about to say, it seems like everything's in East Shroud, which would have been very convenient. Yeah, just go through the Hawthorne Hut. We have attuned to it, so we're gooch. This ought to be fairly easy to do these together. How convenient, you know? How convenient that I didn't come here earlier when I needed to go to UL'DAH and LIMSA. LIMSA. Because they really... I noticed in the cutscene they accented that S really hard. Made sure that you know it's LIMSA, not LIMSA. But guess what? I don't care. I'm a southerner and I butcher everything I say. So it's all good. Fairy Funguar. I'm assuming it's Fungar. Funguar? Funguar. No idea how you'd pronounce that. So like, this is right here, so I guess we'll take care of this first. You're all the way at the top, great. Where's the actual area? 9 Ivies is like right here, and Armisae's spire is like this big thing. I'm assuming. How do I get up? What? Oh, there's a door. Who'd have thunk that they'd put a door in a tower? Alright, buddy. Give me your wisdom. You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Mathiomi, commander of the brave men and women of the Spire. Now let's have a good look at you. I see, you possess strength and skill in abundance, but there is no doubt. But you still want further experience. Oh, and I don't doubt you've seen much more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old faltered at times. No lancer nor any man can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh broken blood and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night which you are to vanquish. Okay. Sounds good to me. And that's right here too, so we might as well just take care of it. Oh, I was hoping I could stand on that. That would have been cool. It's right up here? Oh, it's literally the tree right next to the tower. All right. Seems a little dangerous to do this close to like civilization, but all right. I guess we're on the opposite side. It's safe. Spoken blood. Don't know what spoken are. Yay, bats. Okay, so we're not really fighting a threat. We're just fighting some bats. It's really not too much of a danger. So, like, what's the training supposed to be? I feel like we eventually have to have, like, a duel with another Lancer, right? Like, that makes sense. That's such a fitting end to this, I guess. You know what? A good end would be fighting that one guy. Falkies, or whatever his name is. It seems like they keep spawning. There's a lot of them, at the very least. Like, I really do hope the last is, like, completing the arc of Falkies being a despot. I'm not sure if that's quite the right word, but we'll say it. Despot, and maybe get him on our side? Like, be a good boy to the guild, maybe? That'd be a nice finishing to the quest line. It'd be what I expect, and judging from the Thaumaturge guild quests, they don't really surprise you much. Welcome back, son, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. The blood bat bewilders its prey with ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in a beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may have easily given rise to panic. Yet to your credit, you fought on resolutely and thus emerged the victor. Yuan has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, I make your way to Bascaron's druthers in the South Shroud. It is there that your next instructor, Buscaron himself, awaits. The man had a unique approach to our art. Though it's a fair while since he hung up his spear, his words are well worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much as for his counsel as they do his mead, good though as it is. By meeting Buscaron and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. So he's just going to tell us to do things then, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't just magically lose... Ooh, these are actually strong enemies. Yeesh, I need to avoid these. I just don't want to get, like, in a fight with 50 of them, you know? I'd rather do this. Duty calls, commence battle for the company you keep. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm assuming you'd probably have a different quest depending on which company you choose. I mean, definitely, it's not like you're going to go to UL'DAH and then be like, hey, you need to go to East Shroud. That wouldn't happen. What's happening? Yes up. Ooh, that boy stepped. Wait, who are these? Got lucky. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. Oh, don't tell me you're not going to be hurt if you run like that. Yeesh. Are those, like, thieves? They're like, they're civilized races. They're Lezen and Hur, which confuses me. Usually they're not bad. And the Adder's Nest sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Do you not know me? Boy. You need to catch up. That almost looks like Thancred except with a hat. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You're an engineer of Garland Ironworks, aren't you? We were alerted to your plight and we have come to rescue you. And you're Salapoi, I presume. I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. Cool. Neato. You looking like a fool now. So they're probably looting the airship or something, right? I don't know. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Oh no, it's the Empire. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of magic tech belong in Imperial hands. They're not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. Yeesh. Uh-oh. We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Yeesh. Also, I like the color of his hair. Imperial scouts from Caestrum Oriens. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell is hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It's the first airship we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. Huh. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend to me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garlean hands. We will strike them, swift and sure, and rescue the engineer Wedge. Sal, I trust we can rely on your support. No. May the matron watch over us, with me. Cool! To fight, to battle, to kill. Just going right in. An ambush, to arms. An ambush, where do you think you are? You're in enemy territory. You're not gonna just get away with this. You silly boys. You're literally like a 1 minute a walk away from a Gridanian like thing. I don't know why they think they're like not going to get fought. I don't know. Don't know, my dude. I'm gonna like fight. Oop, he's not dead yet. Alright, I'm gonna fight you, because you're probably very weak. Yeah. Imaginifer. Imaginifer. You know, normal stuff. Oh, that's a healer. Decurion? Bestiarius? These are weird names, man. Alright. You have a little bit more armor, but not too much. I'm not sure if I'm taking them down in the order I really should be, but you know how it be sometimes. You're done. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, now you. You're gonna go right down. Now you. No, you're not a healer. You must be like a paladin then, because you healed that dude, for sure. Maybe you just used a cure potion or something. Oh, look at all that defense. Not stand against the might of the Empire. Well, I'm just gonna beat this guy down then. While you're chilling. This has gone on long enough. And you are now the only person alive. Good stuff. Oh! You're kidding me. What's this? Well, okay. Here, let's take care of this one then. Because you're gonna die real quick. What? Is he still alive? Oh, we got out of range, didn't we? Then you'll die next. This big boy right here really looks like a Mechon, doesn't he? How much does he have? Oh, he has a lot of defense. I'm gonna take down you. Yeah, the good stuff, and you're done. Cool. You should be an easy knockout then. How much experience am I getting? Yeah, look at that, nothing compared to the dungeons. It's so silly. It's like, why would I bother like leveling it? I guess you're meant to level in dungeons, aren't you? Seems like it to me. At the very least, we'll be able to unlock better dungeons for us to get more experience on when we start like getting into late game, I guess. Wow, the lighting was weird for a second there. This is just a long fight, ain't it? Is it getting healed by something? I don't think it is. Where is he going? I don't know what he was planning on doing like that, but he did it, that's for sure. I don't know what he's doing. That did absolutely no damage to our gladiator. I'm gonna get ready to follow him. Yep. He moves a lot faster than us, to be fair. Ooh, I was not out of the way of that. In that case, let's go ahead and put a life surge on and get that big damage. That big heal. And he should be done. Good stuff. 201 experience. That was less than the other ones. Yeesh. Biggs. That's a cool hair color. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller's a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. Good stuff. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we'll keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may be lurking nearby. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. That's why it's really weird. As for you, Sal, you've done more than your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's Nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow serpents of the Order. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Huh, seriously though. If it hadn't been for you and the Twit Adder lads here, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Huh. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Ooh, I get it. Wedge is a nerd who doesn't have very good social cues, does he? Okay. Well, we need to figure out how to get to South Shroud. Okay. Well, okay, I guess we're fighting you. No, we're not, actually. I'm just gonna run away. I can't jump off the edge. And we're just getting... Okay, let's just run on through. A Fate, jeez. Level 17? Level 19 Jackanape. And a Bean Bearer. Ooh, those are ugly boys. What is that? What did I just see run around? Oh, there's someone already doing that Fate. No. Okay, so South Shroud is right down there. That's not Central Shroud, is it? Yeah, those are two different places. We've never been to South Shroud, and so that should offer a good amount of experience to us, actually. We need to go there for 2 reasons, too, which is even better. To turn in 2 missions, well, not turn in 2 missions, but do part of 1 mission and turn in the other. And unlock a new dungeon that we can do in the next session, probably. I really love the Thunderstorm. Apparently, one of the new things they brought in with the current version of this game, Final Fantasy XIV. This is the right way, right? Yeah. Huh, it looks like it's going into a dungeon almost. Apparently, they brought in the ability to change the weather at will for photographs, which is kind of funny. Oh, look at this. It is a little area. Oh, look at that. See, one of the reasons I'm really, like, gunning for Dragoon is because Dragoon armor is so cool. Goblin's meat. This is an area we've never been before, by the way. I'm gonna eat some food. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna go with this, so I don't want to waste it. So the enemies here are gonna be fairly strong because this is a later game area as opposed to everything we've explored up to this point. I'm kind of excited to explore a new city here. Like, look at this big boy. Quarry Mill, or Quarry, I don't know how they'd pronounce it. Is that a mount? Is that a broom mount? That must be a Halloween event thing. So I'll definitely hit the Chocobo Keep up here. I'm not sure how many times we'll have to go to South Shroud, so I'm not going to register it as a favored destination for now. Still gonna keep that in UL'DAH, you never know. Ooh, so there's a Fate nearby. If there's someone else already doing it, we're probably going to be in the level. Yeah, we're in the level range, and it doesn't look like anyone else is doing it. There's a short time limit left too, which makes it worth it in my eyes, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna get into this. So it ends really quick here, which is a good thing, because we're going to get a pretty big reward regardless of whether we properly beat the Fate or not. So I am completely fine with the way that's going to go. I thought it was on his side there. I was not. I'll just knock him out as many as I can in 3 minutes, and we'll call it gooch. Oh wow, I actually completed it in the time limit. Look at that, that's 4,000. Free 4,000 experience. Why not, honestly? Alright, so we need to get to where we're going here. There's another little area called Baron's Druthers. No, I don't want to fight, actually. Goodbye. I wish they were a little bit higher, so they gave me a little... Ooh, that was a scary fall. So they gave me a little bit more experience, but that's not the case, so whatever. Plus, they only gave me, like, 91 anyway. Whoa, hold on. Why did I get 14,000? A log entry? I completed a log entry? Holy moly, that's a lot of experience. Maybe we'll get to 26 in this episode, which actually, you know what, gives me one of my more powerful moves. I'm excited. Well, my most powerful move for sure at this point. All right, of course we do want to talk to the Chocobo Keep first, just so we don't have to make that walk. It's also going to prevent us, like, remember, doing these are going to prevent us from having to walk through dangerous areas as well. I don't know if there's any too dangerous enemies, but still. Well, if it ain't Yuan's protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Buscaron, and this is my place. In case you're wondering why old Yuan sent you, I should mention I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened up the Druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road, between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time to chat with you, so if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now take on this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. No, I want you to make an offering of it at Mistal's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there, complete with its contents, and when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got it? Good. He has an eye patch. Really cool. So that's just south of here. Wait, why are there two mission things here? Oh, yeah, that's right, because one's the dungeon, I think. Well, no, because neither one of these are dungeons. Wait, what? Follow the Flower Mead or speak with the Wood Whaler. So that's going to be the Wood Whaler here. Sorry, but I must insist that you... Oh, an adventurer, and a rather seasoned one looking besides. On the off chance you're not simply here to gawp, could perhaps you lend us a hand? You see, despite the fervent protestations of those Duskwights over there, we cannot permit civilians within the ruins at this time. Capable men and women like you, on the other hand, are more than welcome, that is, if you got the stones for it. Pray seek out the others stationed at Quarry Mill. They can appraise you of the details. Great, so he just wants us to go back to the Quarry Mill. Really? It's pretty lame. What is that, the leaves? Yeah. Okay, well then while we're over here, at least it's going to be us turning in the mission, so that's not a problem. Maybe it's just going to unlock a duty and not an actual dungeon. Be kind of lame. Ooh, these are big enemies. Oh my god. Scarred Antelope. And Antelope Doe, which are still very large. I mean, we are tiny, so there's also that. So let's put the mead here. Is that going to spawn something? Nope, that's it. Okay, well let's just get back over then. These are huge, though. Scarred Antelope. And that's like a boss enemy too, you can tell because of the blue circle on it. Interesting. Alright, let's just go back up. I have no interest in fighting the wildlife for funsies. I keep trying to sprint. I'm a loser. Landrix. Oh my goodness, that's an entire hole. Can we like... We can't go in that. Okay. That must be a dungeon then. That must be the area that they're talking about, I guess. I'm not really sure of it. Oh my god, almost all the enemies here are does and antelopes. I guess they're the same thing, aren't they? Alright, so like this entire outpost here is based on this little place here. He basically made the entire place himself. So you offered up the meat as I told you, and without drinking a drop, very well, you should have a tale of mine as I promised. Mistal is the man who founded the Lancers Guild, and the monument I sent you to was erected in his honor. Mistal was a courage made flesh. Cut him and I dare say he'd have bled the stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of Lancer's courage, as well as how to go temper in him. And that weren't all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale, what with our Lancers keeping to the confines of the Twelveswood, he sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-forest-born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it's even worse than now. Of course, Omnistal wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it is, a lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite the forceful and good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign lancers, and by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which you now practice. To this day, Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Mistal. Us Lancers owe him much and more, and it's our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. Hey, what's that? When's the trial? Wahaha, as much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, son. My part in the training's done. It's this time that you visited your third and final instructor, a fellow named Vauclaert. You'll find him whiling away at his time at the Bobbing Cork. Like as not. Oh, that's the name of an inn at Fallgown Float, in case you don't know. Up in North Shroud. North Shroud! Vauclaert's an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it till neither man could lift his spear up off the ground. I warned you. He's a right stubborn bugger back then, and in the years ain't done much to improve his humors, so good luck with impressing him. Okay. How much are these missions worth? Because they're deep in here. Ooh, food. Love that food. No thanks. I think I'm just going to go about my business. So, yeah, I guess I'll just teleport on back over to Shrouds in the Middle. Fallgourd Float? No, that's not where I want to go. Where are we going here? This is Quarry Mill. That's right. Oh, we already have the thing in North Shroud. Okay. That's right. The North Shroud is where we need to get the rest of our hunting log enemies still this far into the game. Alrighty. And we can finish our little quest here, which shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, I like that. I like that free company thing. Oh, whoa. I'd be all over that. Well met, adventurer. I take it you have come to learn more of the recent happenings in Issamhar. The site is of interest owing to the Gelmoran ruins, Gelmora being an underground city which predates Gridania, in case you were unaware. I did know. Any road, in the few days past, we received reports of several anthropogiographers that a magical gateway of some sort had appeared in the ruins, and that all manner of creatures were coming and going through it. My men and I were among the first to examine it, and well, it's hard to explain. We crossed the threshold into a set of corridors we'd never seen before, and then suddenly, each and every one of us was filled with an inescapable sense of dread. It was all I could do to take even a single step. According to Iuna Kotar, I don't know, who accompanied us, the ruins were warded with powerful magics that sap the spirits of all who enter, rendering them easy prey for the creatures within. Thankfully, he managed to devise a solution. Ether pull arms and armor, which safeguard and channel the wielder's energies, that they might withstand a ruin's magics. Unfortunately, it does little to prevent us from losing our way, though it beggars belief. Every time we have dared to venture into the ruins, we have found a path to be changed. We suspect this too may be the work of an unfathomably powerful magic. Needless to say, something strange is afoot, and traditional tactics are not like to suffice. Even experienced adventurers will need to proceed with caution. In any event, I believe you have what it takes to brave the ruins and discover the secrets lie in the deepest depths. You need not say the word. Okay, so just whenever we want, we can go in. Now, hopefully, Palace of the Dead. Oh, that's what the Palace of the Dead is. I've heard of that. When speaking with the Wood Whaler Expeditionary Captain, you'll be given the option to enter with either a fixed party or a matched party via the matching system. Players will start at level 1 regardless of their current class or job level. Furthermore, the Ether Pull Arms and Ether Pull Armor may be used inside the Palace of the Dead. Each floor of the Palace of the Dead is randomly generated, including the placement of enemies, treasure coffers, and traps. Further details can be had by speaking with the Wood Whaler Expeditionary Captain. Holy moly! So it's literally Mystery Dungeon Zero Isles, right? Huh. Interesting. I mean, that's a weird comparison to draw. Alright, so I guess we'll just teleport to North Shroud now, since that's where we need to go for all of our stuff. And hopefully we can find those enemies to hunt. Ooh, wow, it's so much brighter here. Okay, straight up then. That's not too far. Whoops, I just called away my little ship buddy. Almost forget that he's still there. Upstairs, I guess? Oh yeah, there he is. Vauclaert. Hello. Take it you're the young lancer of whom Ewan spoke, and an adventurer besides by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself once, that was before I came a lance for hire. I was so sure he was about to say take an arrow to the knee. But enough idle talk. You've come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned, though, you will not find me as lenient as an instructor as the others. Now pay attention. Thus far, you've learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me, you'll learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, a lancer must be able to think and adapt. And to think and adapt during the battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will appear only when there is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn ever greater fervor until it's ripe with burst of conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Holy moly, that's a mouthful. Okay. That's something. Where is that? Is that in this map? Yeah, it's right there. Just south of here, too. So where's the other stuff, then? Where's the main quest at? Slay balloon. Speak to the personnel officer at the Adder's Nest. Oh, no. It didn't want us to go to North Shroud. It wanted us to go back to the Adder's Nest. I forgot. I thought it was North Shroud for some dumb reason. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's do this then. We'll finish this up before we go back to Gridania. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, and hopefully we can find those enemies that we need for our hunting log, too. Ooh, that'd be nice. What are these? Shroud hares. These are super high level. Oh my god. They're like pig rats? Oh god, I don't know what they are. They're like pig... I don't know. Balloons. Yeah, I kind of expected them to be bombs, basically. Just renamed to something that's not a bomb. You know, like normal things. What did you do? My side attack. Boop, boop. I still don't know if that counts, if you just run to the side. I don't know if you can have the aggro and still be able to do it. They take quite a bit to do. Oh! Yarzon's Scavenger. It looked like this just came out of the ground. Also, I need to defeat 6 of these things? Good lord. That's so many. Especially if I'm going to have to be dealing out with these scavengers a lot. Alright, let's do it. Whew, buddy. Wow, that took a while. Also, like, avoiding all of the scavengers around here is not easy. Because they really like to just clump up right next to all these bombs. So I have to, like, proc them from afar. Kinda sucks. Anyway, gutted campfire. Let's put all of the fingers? They don't have fingers, though. They're just balloons. And here's the big boy. Hey there. So you're a boss, I presume, and that did a lot of damage to me, so I'm afraid. Oh god. This could actually be dangerous. I mean, it's taking pretty quick damage, so I guess I'm not too worried. Wait, did something else just aggro us? No. That was just a noise for some reason. Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and use my heal life surge, and I used it on the wrong ability, so that's great. I mean, I can stun you, I guess. Ooh, I might have to use a potion here. Well, no, because I'm almost halfway done with the fight, and like, that's a big range. Wow. Holy moly. No, this is a win fight. This is a fight we have won. Oh, he gets bigger and bigger. Oh, that boy expands. So that's what he meant when a transforming fight. Simple stuff. Oh, that's so humongous. Big ol' boy. So I guess go to Vauclair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna teleport. I know it's close, but I don't care. It's only 100 money, I guess. And here we are. So this should be the last trial, right? He said 3 people. What is he? Is he a red mage? He's a red mage. You see what I mean? Red mages look so cool. Plus I love the rapier weapon. That's such a cool weapon. And it's like the only like basic sword class, I guess, that's not a tank. If that makes sense. Which swords can be cool sometimes. Anyway, what's up? So you vanquished the red balloon, no less than what I would expect of one of Yuane's. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing your terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet, ever did you press onwards, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was that you emerged triumphant. I mean, it's probably because I didn't notice it was changing. I'm not known for being liberal with my praise, but you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you the license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us, after all. I have finished with you. You may report back to Yuane, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That's all. Cool. Well, I guess I didn't find the hunting monsters here, so let's return. Yes, I know it's still like a 5-second walk, but I don't care. I have my return, I might as well use it. So I guess that's mostly going to be the end of this session. I'm going to turn in both of these quests, which ought to give me a good amount of experience, and finish it up. We should also get accepted into the Twin Adders, which is pretty sweet. I think being accepted into these grand companies is actually what allows you to get a mount. I think that, and you have to be a level 30 character. So I don't know what I'm doing walking over. I can just teleport with Aethernet. I'm a silly boy. To the Lancers Guild. Cool. Like, I think you can get a mount after you become part of the Grand Company with a minimum level of 30. Not sure about that though, so don't call me out. Old Vauclair demands I show my face? Haha, I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with all the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Sal, well done. I never doubted you would meet with the approval of all 3 men, yet I'm no less proud of you for having done so. You've traveled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need to overcome but one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work and return when you're ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Neat. Yeah, that's actually something that's going to improve. Holy moly, +5 on each? That's a lot better than +2 on each. Oh my goodness. Why is that so much? Yeah, I'm gonna take the turban. So I'm assuming level 30. Proof of might. So we get steel spear, blood for blood. So we don't get the dragoon stone thing, right? What does blood for blood do? Increases damage dealt by 15% and damage suffered by 10%. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, let's equip all the good gear we have. I think that's the first good gear we've gotten. No, we've gotten a lot. Never mind. Don wrist guards. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, the stone is still none. Equip. Yeah, we've gotten a lot that I haven't actually equipped, and that's completely my bad. We got that one item from the dungeon a while ago that was good for us that I never did. We're actually really close to getting to that level 26. That's like gonna be the level to get to. Like all of our encounters are going to be so much quicker now once we have that super powerful attack, and I'm living for it. First off, where does it want us to go? Adder's Nest, that's right. That's a while out there. And there's no Aetherite. There's no Aethernet over there. There's only one over to the right, even though this is just as far a direction. I mean, it's not too big of a deal, obviously, but still. Kind of surprising. Alright, yo sup. Okay. Sal, it does my spirit well to see you returned. Word arrived but moments ago from the team at 9 Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Briggs when you did, and helped us to rout the Garleans, things may have been very different. And before all this before you were even inducted to the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. But without further ado, let us see you to your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. Cool. And that belt's good for us, right? God, I wish I had that belt. Okay, Voyager's belt. Cool. So now that we've done that, we should be in the team, right? Or no? Wow, that gives us a lot of extra points of everything. Personnel officer stands ready to complete your induction to the ranks. Yeah, that feels like it's going to be a cutscene, so I'm going to end it off right there, and join us next time when we become a Twin Adder. See y'all then, and goodbye.